Inside the Classroom is brought to you by NYSUT, a union of more than 600,000 professionals dedicated to education, human services, and healthcare. NYSUT is proud to partner with parents in advocating for what students need. We stand for excellence in public education from preschool through post-grad. Find us online at nysut.org.
Hi, I'm Ashli Dreher. Welcome to another edition of Inside the Classroom. I'm here with Carrie Hayes. Carrie, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Carrie, you're from Parkdale Elementary in East Aurora, and
Yes.
you're a kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to become a teacher.
I've always known I've wanted to teach. I've always enjoyed being around young kids, but you know, as an adult, it's so rewarding to see that glimmer of understanding when they finally make sense of a topic or something that they're struggling with, and see the excitement in the way their face lights up. It's so gratifying to see when that light goes on.
It really is, isn't it? I love that aha moment that kids have when you're working with them.
Absolutely.
I love it. And I think that's what a lot of teachers, you know, it keeps us going, and it keeps the momentum going for years. And we just love to see children light up when they learn a new concept, or they're proud of themselves about accomplishing a goal in class. I think it's wonderful.
Especially with younger kids, too. They're not afraid to show their enthusiasm, which is exciting.
That's right. Oh, kindergarten. So you must get a lot of nervous parents at the beginning of the year. Do you get a lot of...
A little bit.
A lot of nervous parents that haven't... Or do you find that a lot of kids nowadays are going to preschool programs before they come to you? And
I think there's more of that now, so the nerves are less about separation and more about the level of preparedness. If their children are ready, there are always questions about, you know, if the children are near the cutoff age, is it best to start, is it best to hold off and delay? So there are a lot of components that go into that. But children come into kindergarten with such a wide range of abilities. That's the fun part of it, is finding where they are and meeting their needs and helping them to progress where they start.
I know that was a decision I had to make as well, because my daughter Sky was born November 30th, so she was right at the December 1st cutoff. So she's 10 years old and she's in 5th grade. And when she was starting pre-K, she was 3 on Grand Island, and then kindergarten, she was only 4 years old when she began in the kindergarten class. So I thought, you know, I knew she was ready, but at the same time, you wonder, you know, being the youngest of the class, how will that impact them as they move along in the grades? But I found that it's been, you know, it's been fine for her, and it's really worked for her. But she started school at a very early age. She was in actually Kenton Bosie's preschool program before she went to the Grand Island preschool program. And it was wonderful. The Kenton district has a little kind of a daycare preschoolish program that she went to, that's a learning program that some high school students run if they want to become teachers. And it was a great way to learn play and interact a couple days a week with some peers, and really get to understand some of the expectations that you'll see when you're in kindergarten. So
just to have that exposure too is crucial.
Yes,
absolutely.
I think it's very important. So tell us a little bit about how you prepare to become a teacher, because there's a lot of work that goes into preparing for a career in teaching. You really have a lot that you need to do. So tell us a little bit about your journey in terms of preparing to be a teacher.
I always knew I wanted to work with young children. I started off actually with a 2-year degree, an associate's degree in early childhood education from Trocaire College. Knew that when I finished, I knew that I wanted to do a little bit more with that. proceeded to obtain a bachelor's degree from DeUville College in elementary education, and then I was hired, fortunately, my hometown, Parkdale Elementary in East Aurora. And then once I started teaching kindergarten, I went on at night to obtain my master's degree in elementary education as well.
Oh, and where did you go for that?
University of Buffalo.
Oh, okay. So I went to DeUville too. I just loved their master's program in special education. I really had a good experience there, and
absolutely.
I went at night to finish up my master's degree because I was teaching full-time at Franklinville Elementary at the time, and then finishing up my master's at DeUville, and it was a very good experience.
A wonderful school.
Yes.
Excellent way to prepare teachers.
Yes,
absolutely.
I thought so as well.
Yes.
So now, how many years have you been teaching?
I started teaching 17 years ago. I took a few years off along the way to when I had my own children. I started teaching kindergarten, and again along the way I've taught first grade and second grade. But my heart has always been in kindergarten. It's where I feel that I can really use my talents best as a teacher. And I love going into work every day. The enthusiasm is so contagious. I can't imagine doing anything else.
And it's wonderful too, because you probably know what the students need to know and be able to do to be prepared for first and second grade, because you have a lot of experience with those grades as well. So you're getting those kindergartners ready for what's coming next.
Yes.
All along the way.
Absolutely. It's quite the continuum. And it's, like I said before, it can be challenging because they all enter school with such a range of abilities. But it's a good challenge to find ways to differentiate the instruction to meet everyone's needs and get them ready for that next step.
You know, and I think when you're teaching, regardless of what grade you're teaching, you need to differentiate instruction, because you'll have a range of learners in your classroom that all need different things in terms of academics or social skills. So teachers, regardless of their grade level, are probably differentiating, unless they're maybe possibly at a high school, you know, in a high school AP class. Maybe they aren't, but I would say just about any grade level, teachers are needing to differentiate instruction for a wide range of learners in their classrooms, especially in public schools, because in public schools we take all students regardless of their abilities or disabilities that we may need to address in a public school.
Who educates and assists our state students, provides medical care and support, and strengthens our communities? We do. NYSUT members are classroom teachers, college faculty and staff, nurses, and healthcare professionals. We're cafeteria workers, bus drivers, teacher aides, and teaching assistants. We're more than 600,000 caring, supportive professionals living and working in communities across New York State. We are NYSUT. We make a difference.
So tell me a little bit about this concept of purposeful play. What is it?
Well, I think all kinds of play are purposeful. I think we can look at play sort of on a continuum ranging from teacher-directed play, more teacher-initiated, teacher-led, which is what you'll see in the video from my classroom, where I choose specific activities or materials just to sort of complement what we're doing in the curriculum, just as a follow-up, presenting a skill and then having them explore the concepts and make sense of it in their own way. And then on the other end, you have more child-initiated play, more free play. And I think it's important to remember that we need a balance of both. And play is how children make sense of the world. It's how they gather and process information. It's how they figure out how the world works. And I think it's so crucial that we maintain this component in early childhood education, because those opportunities are the way that they can practice problem solving, cooperation, turn-taking, sharing, perseverance when something is difficult. And if we have mostly teacher-led activities throughout the school day, the children don't have those opportunities to practice those skills. And those skills have shown to be the indicators of success in their future endeavors. You know, it's not always what they know and how much they know and how many skills they have. It's, you know, are they capable problem solvers? Are they creative? They won't have opportunities to enhance those skills unless we give them playtime. I think we tend to look at playtime as separate from learning, but we know as educators that that's how they learn. They won't be able to make sense of abstract concepts that we're teaching them unless we give them opportunities to play and make sense of it and apply all of their prior experience to it as well.
Right, right. So when students are playing in your classroom, do you have the opportunity then to observe them and intervene and ask them to share a toy with another student or redirect them and teach them those social skills that we know they're so important that they learn in kindergarten? I think, you know, there's a saying that everything I needed to know I learned in kindergarten. So do you have an opportunity to teach them some of those skills when they're playing?
Absolutely. In fact, I often tell parents at my open house that that time of the day is probably one of the most challenging times for me as a teacher, because those skills need to be facilitated. It's not just a free-for-all. They're just let loose to play and anything goes. It has a purpose. And a teacher's role is really crucial into facilitating a lot of those skills. You notice two children are having difficulty sharing something, or there's a problem, or there are a lot of children who really want to focus on one item or play in one activity. And it's our job to model those skills for them. Those skills need to be developed equally along with the academics, along with the ELA skills, along with the math skills, to make them well-rounded citizens and get them ready for society. I mean, that's our goal as public educators in the long run. And I think with the increase in academics and curriculum demands, I think it's a challenge for us as early educators to maintain that balance. But I think we really need to have that awareness that it needs to be maintained. We really need to preserve those opportunities.
I would definitely agree with that. I think it is so important that students have a chance to explore the world and play and learn those social skills that they need to have to become good citizens. So that's why I wanted to have you on the show this week, is I knew our viewers would just love seeing your kindergartners, but also I wanted them to get a glimpse of what purposeful play is. So tell us a little bit about what we'll see on the video clip of your classroom today.
Sure. So the video clip shows our learning station time, where, as I mentioned before, with that continuum of play, this kind of tends to be more on the teacher-led end, where I have presented different activities and materials for them to practice, making letter sound connections, matching objects to boards that have a letter that start with that same sound. Some math concepts of using materials to build two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. There's one activity where the children were constructing a marble run, which was interesting. It was the first time I had presented that to them, and I was really excited to see what they did with it. But I try not to model too many ways to solve those kinds of problems, because that won't help them in the long run. They need to really work through it and figure it out for themselves. But the things you'll see in the video are all complementary to what we're covering in the curriculum. So tending to be more of organized play, and then different parts of our day we tend to have more of the free play, where they can initiate their own interests and follow through with that without being told what to do or without being given a material.
Well, I'm very excited to see your kindergartners inside the classroom. Let's take a look at Mrs. Hayes' classroom as the students engage in purposeful play.
Okay, right to the rug. Right to the rug. Let's see, Logan, would you like to hold the door for us? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, right to the rug. I'll show you what we've got. Right to the rug. I think that's good, Logan. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty, everyone, have a seat. We have some brand new stations today. Some of them are old ones, though, and some of them are new ones. You can stay right where you are. If you're at the stamping station, It's the same as usual, except we have uppercase letters, and then you're going to stamp the lowercase letters to match. So let's all make sure we have pretzel legs, bottoms on the floor. Here we go. Okay, now something brand new at the writing table. Look at this, Maxwell. We have some sand today. And there's a tray with blue sand and orange sand and red sand. Good, you can sit right down. Now, the sand is very soft and you'll get a chance to feel it when you go to the station. However, there's a couple important rules for the sand because the sand is here to help us practice our letters. And you'll see we've got a whole pile of letters here, and you'll pick a card. And when you pick the card, you're going to use your pointing finger. So let's see your pointing finger. Can you see, Ellery? Pointing finger. And you're just going to trace that letter in the sand. And when you make the letter that matches, you can really gently rub it and smooth it out. And then you can pick the next letter to trace. So there's a whole pile of letters and 3 trays of sand, one for everyone to do at the writing table. And then we have something really fun at the math station this week. Are you ready? These are different shapes that you can build with some balls and some sticks and some curvy pieces. You can either build picture cards that are already in there, or you can make your own shape, but this is at the math station. So if you have math station for your first blue station, you're going to walk around the room and you might have seen some of these pictures already, like this one here, and they have 10 frames on them. Look at this. And you're going to look and count how many you count, sitting right down, Kendra. Here, so if you count the top and the bottom both have 5, what would your answer be for that? 10. So do you see the letter J right here? Does everyone see it? So the letter tells you where to write your answer. So here's a J, and here's a J on your paper. So that's the answer line for this card. And then if you see a card, oh, I see one over here, and this has the letter A on it, and that only has 1 dot. So you'll find the letter A, and what number would you write on that line? The number 1. Very good. So that's for write the room. Look at this. You're going to look at this picture here, and this is a picture of a drum. Can everyone say drum? Let's listen to the first sound we hear in drum. D, 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 d. So look what you get to use today. A hole punch. This is a hole punch. It punches little holes in paper. So look what I'm going to find. All of the same letters that the picture starts with. So the picture starts with a D, D. I'm going to find a D right here, and I get to punch a hole through the letter that it starts with. And now I see a B, and oh, I see a F, F. Would I punch out the F, F sound? How about the P, P, P? Would I punch that one out? How about, oh, I see another D here. So I'm going to put the hole punch there and punch it out. So you get to punch the letters that match the pictures. So there is, well, there's a bunch of different ways that you can build the marble run, but I'm going to see if you can figure out a way to build it with the people in your group. Now, if you want to look on the box, there's some pictures on the box of how to build the marble run, or you can play around with the pieces and put them together in different ways. Oh, and maybe you might want to put, maybe you might want to put it like that, or maybe you want to turn it the other way. There's all different ways that you can do it. And then there's a marble that you'll put right in the top here. And let's see, oh, does everybody sitting down so we can see? And you can watch it go down. Now this is a really easy way to do it. And you have to watch and see. It's gonna go all the way down there. Now look at that. It fell right out and there was nowhere for it to go. So maybe you might wanna build another part of the marble run so the marble has somewhere else to go. So you can have fun with your friends at the station, the game station. It's the game station. Now, how about would just one person at the station get to do all of the building all by themselves? No. How would we do it if we have 3 people at the station? Does anyone have an idea how we could do it and all have fun together? Jack, what do you think? We could share the pieces. Yes. Mushroom. Can you find something else that starts?
I had mushrooms for dinner last night.
Oh, delicious.
And my lunch bag.
And your lunch too? Gabriel thinks that this might start with the same sound as mushroom. What do we see here?
Mouse.
Mouse. Does mouse and mushroom start with the same sound? So you can put the mushroom right on that mat.
Not do it.
Okay, Scarlett has a pacifier. What is pacifier? What's the first sound you hear? Puh, 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 puh. And it starts the same way as pancake. So Scarlett's putting hers right there. How about Logan? What do you have, Logan? Logan has a radio. A radio. Let's find something else that starts the same way as radio with the same sound. Oh, could it be rainbow? Let's listen. Rainbow and radio. They both start with the same sounds. Can do another after. How about fire? Does fire start the same way as football? Good. Name right at the top. You see where the lizard is? Let's help Gabriel find some. Okay, Catherine. Next you have a how about boat? Oh, let's see if it's boat. Boat and butter. Do they both start with a bu? Yay! All right, let's do mushroom and a tire. A d. You can look at the word under the picture and it'll show you the D.
Mrs. Hayes, turtle.
Turtle and tire both start with a T. And let's do rose. Rose. Try a G.
I placed my hand and...
When you're finished, you can put these in your mailbox to take home. Okay? Okay. I think we are ready to clean up and come back to the rug. Right back in the boxes. Can put it right in the box for next time, Bodie.
We're back with Carrie Hayes, a kindergarten teacher at Parkdale Elementary from the East Aurora School District. Carrie, tell us a little bit about why it is so important that at the kindergarten level we keep purposeful play as part of our curriculum.
Well, again, being the way that they make sense of their world and interact with their world, we know that is a fact that they learn through play. But I think just in general as a society, we see less and less play for many factors. I think children are involved in after-school activities, more structured activities, sports or clubs or other extracurricular things. And then I think we also see an increase in media, computers, television, video games. And not that those are all bad things. You know, my own children do activities after school and have media. But I think we are needing to be careful of the balance and maintaining that balance. And years ago, children would attend school and come home and play, and they would run outside and and strike up interactions and make up games with the neighborhood kids. And I think we see less and less of that now, which is so important that we need to maintain those opportunities for them to play. And they might not be having it at home, but at school we do have more control over that, and we can make sure that we offer them those chances. Those skills are crucial to their development, and if they don't establish those basic social skills at this age, then we're going to see some trouble as they go through the grades.
Right, and you know, I remember as a kid, I was gone from morning till night. I didn't have a cell phone, and I was out on the street playing. We were playing kick the can, we were playing hide and seek, we were doing all kinds of things with play and make-believe, playing house, pretending, using our imagination, and I don't know, I don't see as many children outside playing as there used to be. I think there's a lot of play dates where they get together and the parents call one another, but it'd be great to see more kids just going outside and playing. Things are very, very structured nowadays. So I think it is, I think you're right, you hit the nail right on the head. It's so important that we keep play in the curriculum because there's less opportunities outside of the school day for it. I think there's more structure, and with both parents working, you just don't see children outside as much as you used to, say, when I was younger.
Absolutely. Times have changed.
They sure have. Well, I know we are just going to love watching your students on our show, and thank you for taking the time to come on to this episode of Inside the Classroom.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to share that importance of play, and I think that is so crucial for everyone to have that awareness. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
We get you started early. We stay with you in middle school. We see you through graduation, college, and beyond, realizing potential every step of the way. We're New York State United Teachers, 600,000 professionals dedicated to excellence in public education. But that's not all. We also provide healthcare and human services to New Yorkers of all ages. We're NYSET, caring for patients, working for students, working with our communities.
Inside the Classroom is brought to you by NYSET, a union of more than 600,000 professionals dedicated to education, human services, and healthcare. NYSET is proud to partner with parents in advocating for what students need. We stand for excellence in public education from preschool through post-grad. Find us online at nyset.org.